This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our victorious Cincinnati Bengals.
Can't miss a player. I really do. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I think when he gets on the field, he's going to produce. He's going to produce at a high level.
They are almost unbeatable in December and January.
We're on another level. Thank you.
And I am going to become the first Bengals broadcaster to call a Super Bowl title. It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening. It's here.
In a row, Mon. 10 in a row. Hooday, Bengal fans. He is Mon. Eric, I am Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our Cincinnati Bengals. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the last pre-gamer of the 2025, now 2026 part of the season as we get ready for Bengals Browns in Paycor this weekend. Before we do, though, gentlemen, how are we doing, Mon? Good New Year's, good holiday?
Very good. No complaints. Little sad, it's the end of the year and last game. I know we've been out of it for a few weeks, but I still love watching the team. I look forward to every Sunday, and it's going to end. It's going to be months before we get back to Bengal football, but I'm at peace. I'm at peace with what's happened this year. I'm not happy, but I'm at peace, and I'm in off-season mode.
I can see that peace. I can with your listen. No, I'm serious about this. It's not a joke. Honestly, today I was even thinking about that as I was going through and looking at some of Mon's posts on Twitter. You could definitely tell there's a little bit more peace there for Mon, which is good for me because I was very worried. I need some of that peace, Mon. I need some of that peace as well.
Obviously, my daughter's not isn't at peace with her tweet there, her post, but hey, you know what? She's living the life of Bengal fans that me and you and we've all three have lived for years.
Have you seen that meme about it's from the movie? I can't remember. It has Denzel Washington and I can't remember the other guy who's in it, but they're like sitting in a car and somebody put a meme about being a Bengals fan. He's like talking to him like you're talking to your kid. He's like, one of them says, this cannot be our life, or this can't be it. He's like, it is. You just got to live with it.
Yeah. That was hilarious, man.
Eric, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm starting to reflect and think that we might get called for child abuse for making our kids Bengals fans. I'm sorry, Olivia. I'm sorry, Austin. I'm sorry, Ryder, Luke. Guys, the life of a Bengals fan. The thing is, most of our kids haven't gone through this. I know Olivia has and Jake has, but my son, hadn't gone through this since 2019 or 2020. Here we sit, coming up the last game of the season, and there's nothing to play for. And ideally, we lose this game to get a little bit better draft position. So, sucks. Now we're going to flip and we're going to start talking Hall of Fame voting, who are we drafting, who do we want them to get in free agency that they won't go get. We're going to do it all over again because for some reason we've been Stockholm syndromed to the end of the world.
It's so funny, Luke, about 4 weeks ago, we had a horrible loss. I think it was a shutout loss to the Ravens, and his text to me, not a tweet, it was a text. I'm like, man, he's totally feeling the jaded side. Oh, yeah. Because normally, you could tell he's 30 and he's like, man, I've experienced too much of this crap. Never give up, never surrender. You can't give up on your team, even though you hate them sometimes.
No, you can't. And I guess to start off the show, guys, we need to talk about these people are already talking about in the comments. These comments from really our two leaders on this football team, and Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. Interesting comments, guys. Eric, we kind of talked about this off air, how we want to do this. Do you want us to go individually, maybe talk a little bit about our feelings on what they're talking about? Because I think Mon and I are a little bit different on what they're talking about. What do you think? You want to do it that way?
Yeah, let's get your take on it. I mean, we've speculated on some of the stuff that Joe Burrow has said and why he's been so down, but he was very asked straight up this week, and he said he didn't want to be out there scouting people. He didn't want to be out there bringing people in, but he did say that obviously we need either people to step up or we need new people. And he really, to me, it was kind of like he put them out on blast. So let's go to Mon first. Mon, what do you think about Joe Burrow's comments first?
Yeah, um, he's very diplomatic about it. He didn't really call out a player. I know we're talking about Joe first, but to me, they're both connected. I think Chase's was a little more direct, um, less tactful. I mean, he didn't call out any players, but he said that's not my job to call out players. But we all know what the problem is.
Yeah.
We all know what the problem is. Eric, Jake, what the problem is with the
Yeah.
Bengals. They don't have enough talent on the other side. They don't have enough playmakers. And going back to Joe's like, hey, people need to step up, either people here or people outside the building. And I mean, it's safe to say, we've made it perfectly clear we'd like to see a new coach. We'd like to see a new general manager. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen. And the only thing that we can hope for is them to develop a great offseason strategy, not take free agency off like they did last year, and go out and draft well. And I think they didn't have to specifically call out players or coaches or the issue, but we all know who they're talking about and what they're talking about. I'm glad they spoke out because they're champions. Jamar Chase is competing against contemporaries. Jordan Jefferson, all these guys. They're competing against each other. They have legacies. They want to be up there, and the only way to do that, it's not numbers. You have to have wins also. You have to have championships because that's what solidifies your legacy. And their stats are through the roof, probably the best in football, but stats aren't enough. You got to win, and you got to win championships.
I agree. I think, for me, what I think is so interesting about these comments is Joe Burrow has come out and he has talked about and given almost his support to this coaching staff. I don't feel like Jamar Chase has done that. And I think that's what is interesting about these two both speaking out. I think I do agree with you. I think they're both somewhat directed towards the defensive side of the ball because even Jamar said, listen, I won the Triple Crown. We still didn't make the playoffs. And everybody knows why they didn't make the playoffs because the defense was dog shit and has been for 3 years. So I do think that there is a piece of that, but I'm not so sure Jamar Chase didn't take it a step further. And you guys commenting here, let us know what you think as well. I don't know if Jamar guys, and you said it, Mon, like he was not diplomatic, right? He was much more direct. But I think he was almost talking about the front office a little bit. Jamar, I'm talking about. Joe, we've seen that support, and Joe is very diplomatic. Jamar almost came out and said, listen, we all know what the problems are here. And I felt like he took a shot at the defense. I feel like he took a shot at the front office, not getting enough talent on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm not so sure he didn't take a shot at Zach Taylor. It was very interesting to me, Jamar's, because remember, Mon, I think I text you, and maybe you too, Eric. I think I text you guys, the question, do you guys think that Jamar likes Zach Taylor? Because we really haven't seen that kind of support from Jamar that we've seen from Joe. I don't know, guys. I think it was no holds bar. I think he was almost taking a shot at everybody.
Yeah, I mean, they were saying things without saying anything. Yeah. That's classic what they were doing, indirectly making comments. I mean, we've watched enough Cincinnati Bengal games, and we know what the problem is. And, Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they're very much in coach speak mode, but towards the end of the year, and they're taking some of the filters off because maybe Zach isn't safe. Maybe they know that they now is the time to speak up. It's not, you don't want to speak up in March, April, May when the players, they can't go out and get players. So
Yeah.
speak up about your unhappiness now. They've demanded to be captains. Jamar wanted to be a captain. Well, captains go out there and they say the tough stuff. And I don't care if it's to Zach Taylor. I don't care if it's to Duke Tobin. When you got guys that aren't performing, you got to call them out, whether it's behind closed doors or not, because that's what a captain does. When you're not pulling your weight, the captain goes to him and says, "Hey, you need to pull your weight, or we're going to get somebody that will." And you know what? Joe Burrow is his own harshest critic, and Jamar Chase is his own harshest critic. If they're not pulling their own weight, they're going to call themselves out on it. So why is Zach and why are Duke? Why are they free from that? They shouldn't be.
No.
And I appreciate they did it. They did it the right way, but they still did it. And I think that it's going to be heard. I hope that it's going to be heard.
Yeah, Jake, you said something perfectly right now. Jamar Chase won the Triple Crown and it wasn't enough. Guys, in 2024, the Cincinnati Bengals had the most explosive offense in the NFL.
Yeah.
It wasn't close. They were unbelievable. Just look at the stats. Look at these wild games they played. Joe Burrow was hurt in game 2 this year. They brought in Joe Flacco, and he still was putting up 35, 38, 39 points. And I'm very critical of Zach Taylor, but he's got an explosive offense.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's all washed away. It's all wiped out. I mean, nobody is ever going to talk about 2024 and 2025 Bengals offense because they didn't make the playoffs and they had a losing record. They didn't in 2024. They, one game over 500. But it's the defense.
Over the 2 years. Over the 2 years, they had a losing record.
Yeah, they have. And the defense, I mean, you really have to have a poor defense to offset what the Bengals offense has done in 2 years. Think about how explosive they have been. And to wipe that off with the defense, and that's on management. We've said that. You said that. All of us have. That's more on management than Coach Taylor. But Coach Taylor does have ownership also. He's a problem with it. He's just not the offensive coach.
And here's the biggest thing with that. We see how much better everybody joked and said, well, could Joe Burrow play defense? Joe Burrow comes back and our defense suddenly starts playing great because our leader is out there and they all step it up a notch because Joe Burrow is out there leading their team, gutting their team out. You know what that means? Shame on Zach Taylor for not being the leader that Joe Burrow is, because Joe Burrow got better performance out of his defense. And Zach Taylor should be the one doing. Zach Taylor should be the one out there holding them accountable. Zach Taylor should be stepping up and saying, I need more from you guys. He should be going over, pulling those defensive players aside during the game. You're so into your offensive playbook that you're forgetting about half of your team. And Jake, you know how it is coaching. Like, you would be run out of Space Coast High if you just completely ignored the defense side of your team and just let the defensive coaches handle them all game. If they were having a bad game and you didn't say anything to them, you wouldn't have a job next week, would you?
No. And I think that's what I've kind of said from the beginning, right, is the accountability piece of this whole thing is, and I think that's kind of where Jamar is coming from. I think Jamar is comfortable with Zach Taylor's offense and calling the offense. I mean, Jamar has to be comfortable with that, guys. He has well over 200 receptions in 2 years. I mean, the guy has put up the best receiving numbers that we have seen in 2 years, that we have seen probably in 2 decades. So I think it's more of the leadership. I really do believe that. I think Jamar's comments, I think a part of them is that there's not leadership. When you say something like it's above my pay grade, that means that's almost a shot like it's past what I can do as a leader. It's on the people above me and their leadership. And again, not to continue just beating this front office down and Zach Taylor, but guys, there has not been good leadership from Zach Taylor, from Duke Tobin, from the front office, from anyone else, Al Golden, anyone else you want to say. There has not been any good leadership besides what we've seen in the locker room, especially when Joe Burrow has come back. There hasn't been any leadership on this team. I don't see Zach Taylor being a leader. I just don't see that. And I think that is kind of what Jamar is talking about. Is I think the players see that too. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You know what? I don't disagree with anything you guys said. I don't. I think the best coaches in the NFL maximize the talent they have, and I just didn't see that. Um, I am gonna throw more of the blame on management. You just don't come into the season with that type of defensive talent.
I
They were
agree.
just hoping. I mean, they were hoping. Hoping isn't enough. Uh, the rookies have played a lot better. Took them 9, 10 games. We all said that. Week 8, week 9, you're going to see a little bit of improvement from these young guys. That first 9 weeks was absolutely scary bad. And they still got a long way to go. They don't have enough players, and you can't roll in to this season. It was a mistake by them to do that. They should have never. They should have done more last March. They really did. They took free agency off, and they can't do that this year. They can't do
No.
that. They will never admit it. I said this a few weeks ago. They'll never ever admit this, but I think they know they effed up. I really think they think that, and I expect them to go out in March and sign multiple players, maybe not superstars, but good depth pieces. Good guys are going to come in and be mentors and help out these rookies. All right. So I mean, they have to, and I fully expect that to happen.
So they did get some things right. I think this is the first season we're going to roll into those free agency shows and the draft shows and not talk about the offensive line for the most part. This has been the best offensive line Joe Burrow has played behind in his career. That 22 offensive line was pretty good, but they got injured and they got a little shaky after that. They can't say, the offensive line is good. I think we still need depth. But what I don't want them to see is say, okay, we just need one more piece. I think they can get this absolutely right. On Monday, what everybody was hoping that Zach Taylor would be let go and Al Golden would be let go. It's not going to happen.
Mhm.
But they can make a move on Monday that keeps this ball rolling into next year by going out and extending Dalton Reisner and
Yeah.
solidifying this starting offensive line for next year. Guys,
Mhm.
you guys have any thoughts? Do you think that the Bengals will actually make an attempt to do that on Monday?
I do. I mean, I absolutely do. I think Dalton will be I think he'll get done before March. He wants to get done. He wants to be a Bengal. He loves it in Cincinnati, and who the hell wouldn't love blocking for the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think, again, guys, I really think that Joe Burrow has made it very, very clear that the front office better get off of their ass and go into free agency with a purpose. I think Joe Burrow has made that very clear. So, yes, I think it will get done very quickly. I think Dalton will be a Bengal, probably a 2-year deal. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's done shortly after the season ends. Mom, what do you think?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. He's been a pleasant surprise. I know everybody on social media for 3 years has wanted him to be a Bengal. I didn't get it because, I mean, it didn't seem like they ever tried to sign him in previous years, but I'm glad they did because he's come in, he's solidified the group, big upgrade. It's a no-brainer. You're right. I mean, he's telling management, I want to be a Bengal. I want to be a Bengal. I'll tell you this, the pulse of the offseason, the direction, we're going to see a lot. If the Bengals drag this out and he's not signed right before training camp, before free agency starts, we got problems.
Yeah.
Okay. If they're proactive and have it done well before free agency, I'm going to feel good. But you know what? If it's classic Bengals, low ball, stretch it out, play tough, try to squeeze $1 million less out of it, and he goes into the first week of free agency not signed, that's a bad look. I
Yes.
pray to God it's not that way. I hope it's not. It should be a no-brainer. Make him a fair offer. Make him a fair offer. We have a lot of guys eligible for contract extensions. They've completed their 3rd year. Good players that have really are trending up. The Bengals should offer them fair contracts and sign them a little early. Let's not have another Jesse Bates, a 2-year drawn-out process. Let's not have another, just add a name to it. We've had a lot of horrendous contract negotiations. Let's try to get some of these young guys signed early.
Yeah, and it's an off season where you don't have any big contracts to go out there and negotiate. You
That's
don't
what I
have
was going
Jamar
to say,
Chase,
right?
you
Yeah.
don't have a T. Higgins, you don't have a Trey Hendrickson. So, but that could lend itself to even trickier negotiations because you may offer Dalton Reisner 2.4 million when he probably can get 3 or 4 on the open market. He played really, really well. Some other team might be out there willing to overpay to have him come in and be that bridge offensive guard. Get your guys' thoughts on, because there's nothing big out there. The Bengals can really get this right by getting those little things done and then focusing on the big needs of safety, defensive tackle, linebacker. What do you guys think? And I know we're jumping ahead here, but what do you guys think? What's the situation with Trey Hendrickson now? We originally thought it was a no-brainer tag, but the guy didn't play much this year, and when he did, he wasn't very productive because he was banged up. Do we see any tag or what?
Mon, you want it first?
Yeah, Jake, you had mentioned this a few weeks ago, and I watched it. The press conference when they asked Zach Taylor about Trey Hendrickson, this is well before him going on IR.
Yeah.
And it was very short. Didn't want to talk about it. He didn't seem very happy about it.
No.
That told me a lot right there.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor is going to be back in 2026. There's been a lot of stuff going on with Trey Hendrickson with contract squabbles. I love the production on the field when he plays. He's one of the best in the league at getting to the quarterback. But I think he's going to want 30 plus million. I don't think he's going to be a Bengal next year. I'm not saying that's the right move. I love Trey. Got his autographed jersey over here. But I just don't see him being a Cincinnati Bengal next year. I think they're going to use that $30 million and on some other players. I think I'm not just saying this to be a homer. I'm wishing this, but I really think it's going to happen. Our Bengals are going to sign a lot of players in free agency. Get ready, people. They're gonna come out March. There's going to be 5, maybe 6 new Bengals that are free agent signings.
I agree with both things that Mon just said. I think I was for sure that Trey Hendrickson was going to get tagged after this year. But I think Zach Taylor's comments were very telling. And, he talked about in that same breath, he talked about, well, I haven't even seen Trey. And then he talked about Shamar Stewart not missing a meeting, sitting in the front row, yada, 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 yada. So I'm with Mon. I am going to lean towards Trey Hendrickson is not going to be a Bengal, and I don't even think he'll get tagged now. I really don't. I think that the Trey Hendrickson dynasty that we got to witness, I think it's over in Cincinnati. And again, I'm with Mon. I don't know if that's the right move or not, but I do believe, like Mon said, I'm telling you now, Joe Burrow is not going to allow the Bengals. He knows what the Bengals have to spend, which right now I think it's right around 110 million. He knows what Joe Burrow knows what they have to spend, and I would not be shocked if the Bengals don't spend $100 million on that defense in free agency. Because really, guys, we talked about, you said it already, Eric, offensively, you re-sign Dalton, right? You maybe go out and draft another offensive lineman for depth, maybe another running back. I could see maybe them bringing another running back. You re-sign Joe Flacco, and you're done. I mean, that's the offense is done. You could really dump almost $100 million in free agency on this defense. And to me, if you go out and get two edge rushers that are going to compensate for Trey Hendrickson, because I don't think it's going to be Shamar Stewart right now. If you go out and get a couple guys, I think that can make up for losing a guy like Trey Hendrickson. Although honestly, I don't really want to lose Trey, but I don't think he'll be a Bengal. I agree with Mon. I don't think he'll be a Bengal.
Yeah, it's almost impossible for them to put the tag on him now, though, with the whole injury and the performance. It was almost like, I don't know, he's playing chess with that move, because there's no way they can tag him for that amount of money now. Do they want him back? I believe they want him back, but not at that price point. And it was already proven that people aren't going to go and offer a second round pick for him. So I don't know if that was his intention, but the way it worked out, the Bengals just can't afford to put that much money into him, especially if it's on a 1-year deal, because we've talked about this before and Mon's talked about it. When you don't have job security past that first year, you're not going to go out there and gut it out like we've seen players do. T. Higgins, I mean, he's a special player. He gutted it out in contract years when he had rib injuries and ankle sprains. Not everybody does that, and thank God we got T under contract, because he is one of the rare breeds. But Trey, like Mon said, it seemed like he could have played through some of that. He didn't, and I don't think there's any chance that the Bengals could tag him. Just looked up the numbers. It does say that we have basically $78 million of cap space. Trey having that void year, we have a $6.5 million cap hit whether he's on the team or not. So $80 million when your offense is pretty much all locked up, though, that's a lot to spend on the defense. I don't know. That's a lot of money. Hopefully it does go to defense.
Let's play a game. You want to play a game? I got the roster right here. We have 25 rostered defensive players on the roster. I'm going to name them. Tell me, are they on the 2026 Bengals or not? Say yes or no.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Okay. I mean, listen. I mean, it's just a guesstimation right now.
This is going to be tough.
Are we guessing? Are they on there, or would we put them on the Bengals?
What I'm trying to do is this: we have about 7 draft picks. I said the Bengals are going to sign 5 free agents. Okay, I think 4 of our 7 draft picks are going to be defensive players. So I'm looking at 9 new defensive names to take up to 25. We have 25 players on the defensive roster right now.
Right.
We got to find 9 people to cut out of 25. Can we do it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to name some.
I can probably cut more.
Okay. Let's be realistic. Let's be
realistic. Hey, guys, comment in the comment section. Let us know when Mon reads out a name. You tell us, is he a Bengal or is he gone? I like this game. Let's play.
I'm going to name it. I'm going to name the guy, and I'll give you my answer, Eric and Jake. Okay?
Okay.
We'll go that way. Is that cool?
All right.
Miles Murphy, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Cam Sample, no.
No.
Isaiah Foskey, yes.
I don't know that we've seen enough of him, but I think we see him just because he could have a special teams impact. And wasn't he a Notre Dame guy?
He was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I'm not sure about that one, but I'm going to say definitely he's going to have an opportunity to make the team. I think he'll have an opportunity.
Fair enough. TJ Slayton, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
McKinley Jackson, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes too.
BJ Hill, surprise, I'm going to say no.
I don't know how much dead cap that would give us, because we give him a 2-year extension.
Yeah, but from what I'm trying to research and read, I think it's going to be minimal cap hit.
It's a dead. He's owed $12 million this year. It's a dead cap hit of 7.3. $7,333,000.
What you're looking at right now over the cap?
Yep.
Yep. Change that, Mon. Going back. Take 2. He stays.
I was going to say either way. I think BJ makes this team.
Okay, he stays.
I think BJ makes this team.
So right now we only have one guy technically cut, and that's Cam Sample.
Okay.
Jordan Jefferson cut.
Yes.
Who's that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Joseph Osai will not be a Bengal next year.
He will.
I don't dislike him.
Contract.
I think Joseph Osai. I think they're going to move on.
I agree.
Shamar Stewart, yes.
Yes.
You can't walk away from a first-round pick.
Fortunately.
Okay. Cedric Johnson, yes.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So you know what? Honestly,
hold on.
I might have to go back and make Foskey a no. I'm going to make Foskey a no.
I do think though. I think Foskey's an interesting one because he's a Notre Dame guy. He has shined a little bit, guys. These last couple of weeks, I talked about him on the last show. I think he definitely has an opportunity to make this roster. I just don't know with everybody that they're going to be bringing in. I don't know if he'll be able to, but I think he'll have a shot.
Yeah, Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Okay, we'll keep it as is.
Geno
Derek
Stone.
Carter. Okay, so are we pretty much in unison now? There's two openings on the roster so far.
Right now, there's two, right? Cam Sample
And Jordan Jefferson.
and Jordan Jefferson. Yeah.
Barrett Carter.
They're not going to walk away from they're not going to walk away from a pick that they just took.
Yeah, he's on the roster, man. There's no way.
Barrett Carter and Demetrius Knight, they're on the roster. Whether they should be starting,
I think Demetrius Knight. I think Demetrius Knight's a lock. I don't think Barrett Carter's the lock.
Oh, come on! There's no.
I don't, man. I don't see how he could be.
Dude, this team is not going to cut him. There's no.
All right.
No.
Right.
We'll stay with you. That's fine.
Put me on the fence with Barrett Carter. Put me on the fence with Barrett.
Well, no, you're not on the fence. You would get rid of Barrett Carter yesterday if you had a choice.
I wouldn't have drafted him, but yes, I would have gotten rid of Barrett Carter.
None of us would, because if you wanted two linebackers, you could have gotten the best one in the first and still gotten Demetrius Knight.
Joe Giles Harris, I say cut.
I say cut.
Okay. Demetrius Knight, yes, stays.
Yes, he will make
Warren Burke, one and done.
He's done. There's no way he makes this roster.
Shaka Hayward, I have making the team, special teams guy.
I don't think he will.
Okay, what do you think, Eric?
We just haven't seen anything from him.
Okay, I'll make him a cut. I disagree.
He's in the camp. He's there for camp, but
I don't think Shaka makes it.
Okay. Jalen Davis makes it.
Yes.
And you know what? And I will be happy with it. For the first time in 8 years.
I don't want Tanner Hudson on the roster. I don't want Tanner Hudson on the roster.
Yeah, but Jalen Davis has earned the Mike Hilton role, has he not?
Dax Hill on the team, correct?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Okay. Josh Newton?
I'd say he's on the bubble.
I don't know, guys. I think Josh Newton makes the team.
I think so too.
I don't think they change up the corner room too much.
DJ Turner, yes.
Yes, 100%.
DJ Ivy, I say yes. Special teams guy.
I say DJ Ivy too.
Eric?
Jalen Davis is not under contract, by the way.
You're right.
You have to extend him.
Some of these, I think he's going to.
I still think Jalen Davis, I still think they re-sign him.
You want Ivy, Eric?
No. I think we've seen enough of Ivy.
Okay. So he's staying or not?
I'd say he's not on this roster.
Okay. Me and Jake said yes, so he's a check mark. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Geno Stone? No.
Unless I'm playing the Katie role, and then I get to override both of you.
Geno Stone? I say no.
I will say hell to the no.
Eric?
He will be gone after the game is over on Sunday.
He can rock and roll on out of here. And you know what? He'll go back to Baltimore and somehow pick off Joe Burrow next year. That's just how it works.
Tyson Anderson? I say yes. Special teams guy.
I'm going to say no.
Ooh.
I think somebody jumps up and takes him from us and lets him play safety. I think it's a travesty that they haven't tried him at safety.
I'm on the record that he stays. You guys say no. He's not on the roster. Dijon Anthony. I'm a big Dijon Anthony fan. I don't think the staff is.
Nope.
I'm going to say no. I don't agree with it, but I say no.
I think only one safety is safe on this roster. Keep going.
I think Tyson Anderson is a lock to make the team. I just want to be on the record to say that.
I don't think
I think Tyson Anderson is a lock that the Bengals want him back, but this is my hot take. Somebody's going to try and take Tyson Anderson away from us because he's being wasted. His talents aren't being fully utilized.
He's not under contract, right?
He's not under contract. So somebody's going to try and take him away from us.
I listen, don't be surprised if Anderson and Anthony both make it. But okay, I got it. I have them off the team. Jordan Battle, yes.
Yes.
TJ Jules?
No.
Dude, there's only one safety in that room.
I'm telling you, that room, Mon, is going to look completely different. Listen to me, Mon. Let's just hear me out. Hear my logic. Tyson Anderson, and I know Dijon Anthony's had injury issues. Jules, listen, if those guys are not good enough to start over Geno Stone, they do not belong on this roster. They don't. They just don't. Now,
this is the draft that we could be double dipping, and we should be double dipping at safety.
Whether it's there or not. It's going to be safety in the first, and it probably will be safety in the third. There's going to be 2 safeties drafted.
Just hear me out. Out of 25 rostered players currently on the Cincinnati Bengals roster, defensive players, 25 defensive rostered players, we have 9 of them not returning for 2026. That's a lot. That's 40% of your defensive roster.
Yeah.
But I feel really confident about some, but I don't think they're going to purge the safety room. I'm telling you, Tyson Anderson is going to make the team. He's a special team standout.
I'm saying the Bengals want Tyson Anderson to make the team, but he's not under contract. Somebody's going to take him away from us. They may offer the exact same amount of money, but they're going to say, you know what? You're going to play safety, and he's going to say, hell yes, let me play some effing ball.
Why are people still calling me Bluto? I do not have the beard anymore.
I'll tell you this. That's a lot of changeover in the defense, and that's probably a good thing. That's probably a good thing. You know, the only starter we axe is Usai and Geno Stone.
Before we started this game, you said we had to make room for 9.
I did.
We made room for 9. And
I didn't think we were going to clean out the safety room. Geez.
It's gone.
I know it's bad, but that's okay. You want to do offense real quick?
But here's the thing. But when we started this year, you would have gotten rid of Jordan Battle as well. So kudos to Jordan Battle for improving this season and solidifying that starting role, because it was shaky going into the season. So
Bengal Pulse fans, do you agree with all the safeties being eliminated basically from the roster? Except Jordan Battle. He's the only guy left. All right, here we go. Let's do
offense. The Bluto thing. I guess I'll be Bluto. I'm good with that.
Grow your beard. It's hockey playoffs coming up. Okay, you ready? This is a tough one.
This is offense now?
Offense. Okay, we have 25 rostered offense.
All right, so right now we have 9 openings on this whole roster. Just the whole roster right now, 9. Okay.
Well, listen, we didn't include practice squad or injured reserve. We're talking the guys right now.
Yes.
Some of the practice squad guys are going to take up some of these spots, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
We're talking about the 53.
Right. Okay. Ready?
Yep. Yes.
It's a tough one. Jamar Chase, yes or no?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Mitchell Tinsley, no.
Yes.
Think so?
Oh, yes.
You think he returns?
Okay. Yep.
I think Mitchell Tinsley is very similar to Tyson Anderson. I think somebody's going to offer him more money than the Bengals want to.
Isn't he a restricted though?
I don't know. I think Mitchell Tinsley. I think I
think he's a restricted, Eric.
There's a reason he's bounced around. He spectacular catches. He's been, guys, you have to admit, he's made some unbelievable plays, but he's had some drops also. I think he's 50-50. I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes, 100% yes.
Okay, Eric, what do you think?
He makes it.
I think somebody will try and pull him away from us.
Okay, so you say no.
If it's the Bengals' choice, he'll be on the roster into camp, and he'll be another camp battle.
Okay. Orlando Brown, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Cody Ford, yes.
Yes.
Dylan Fairchild, yes.
Yes.
Jalen Rivers, yes.
Yes.
Ted Karras,
yes.
Lucas Patrick, no.
No.
Dalton Reisner, better be a yes.
Yes.
Better be.
Marius Mims?
Yes.
Better be.
Okay. Tight ends. Drew Sample, I say yes.
This is going to be a tough room, guys. I'm going to say yes to Drew Sample.
Mike Gesicki?
Of course.
Yep.
Noah Fant is a free agent. I'm going to say no. I like him.
Noah.
I like him a lot.
You know why I'm going to say no? Because of Eric All. I'm going to say no to Noah Fant.
Okay. Tanner Hudson, I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes.
Man, you just always hating on Tanner.
I can't
Every time.
Still hating on T. Huddy.
You know, T. Huddy is one of Burrow's guys.
He fumbled at the 1-yard line against the Patriots. I'll never forget
years
it.
ago, man. Years ago.
Joking. Okay, Tanner Hudson, yes. Cam Solomon Grandy, nope.
Nope.
Yep.
Yoshi Boss, yes.
Yes.
Charlie Jones, I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no too.
He shouldn't have made it this year. We could have had Isaiah Williams returning punts and kicks.
Tayshaun Williams from the Steelers, the free agent pickup, I'm going to say yes.
You're going to say who to yes?
Number 12,
Tayshaun.
the guy that picked up the nerves.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna have a shot to make this roster. I think he'll have a shot. I don't know if he makes it, but he'll have a shot.
I think he is going to make it. I think the staff loves him, and I think they're trying to make up for the Williams that left to the Jets.
Do
Isaiah.
you think that Charlie Jones is in a roster battle with somebody like him?
Listen, man, the dude's in the shop a lot.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't think the Bengals are going to invest any more time in Charlie. Charlie's had two good plays in his entire career as a Bengal, right?
Actually, he hasn't been hurt a lot. He's been inactive a lot. I think they can do better. I think the ship's going to sail. I think they're going to draft some people a lot earlier than we think. I really do. I think they really want a solid slot third receiver with Yoshi Voss being the fourth. But I'm going to say no on Charlie Jones.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on Charlie.
Okay.
I think the Williams kid is going to have a shot to make that. I think he'll be a lot like who was that I said earlier on the defensive side of the ball? Who was that we were talking about earlier?
Foskey.
I think he'll be a lot like a Foskey. I think he'll have a shot to make it.
Here's a tough one. T. Higgins, yes. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Joe Burrow, yes.
Yes.
Flacco is going to want a lot of money and potentially start. I say no.
No. You think he's going to want a lot of money?
I'm going to say
he wants a place where he can play a lot.
I'm going to say Flacco, yes.
Do you think he wants a place where he can play a lot, or does he want one more ring?
I think Flacco is very happy where he is. I think there's opportunity for him with Joe Burrow's history, and I think yeah. I mean, where's he going to go? Where's he going to start, Mon? He's not.
So
my son Jake wants to say something about Flacco. Go ahead, hey Jake.
So I love Joe Flacco now, but for one reason, I don't want him on the team. He's the type of football name that if he's on your team, Week 7 headline Joe Flacco Bengals starter. It demands to be a headline. But when you have a backup like that, he's going to start a game for your team at one point during the season. I don't want that mojo in the air. And so I want an unmemorable backup that won't play. That's
Jake, if you have to play, if Joe gets hurt, you got to have a
sure. No, he's quality, but I'm like the football gods demand to see him on the field, and I don't want that.
Oh.
That's the problem, though, Jake. Is that what you're saying is the exact problem we ran into this year because we had to watch Jake Browning piss our season away.
I think
that's my fear.
We want him on the team for those nuggets of stuff that he'll tell Joe Burrow, the stuff that Joe Burrow hasn't seen that Joe Flacco has seen. I'm gonna say if Joe Flacco wants to play anymore, he's gonna want to do it in Cincinnati behind Joe Burrow because he's at the time where he's gonna be contemplating retirement. He lives in New Jersey. His kids are in New Jersey. So the only opportunity out there for a starting gig that is going to be more enticing than Cincinnati Bengals are the New York Jets or the New York Giants. And neither one of those teams are going to come calling. He already tried it with the Jets.
Eric,
the Giants have their guy.
It's going to be it's going to be past over $7 million to $10 million contract.
I don't know if it will, Mon.
It will.
I don't know if it will.
It will.
I think
let's just agree. Okay. I'm outnumbered. I lose. Flacco's on the team.
So
we agree,
let's put it at this. If it's up to the Bengals, Flacco is on the team.
Flacco is on the team.
I think if it's
up to the Bengals.
Burrow, if it's up to Joe Burrow, Flacco is on this team.
Jake Browning is gone dancing with his little girly friend right
Yes.
now.
Joe Flacco's contract last year was $4.25 million.
Yeah, that's doable. That's
starting.
Hey,
that's
$3 million more than they paid Browning. Just want to let you guys
know. I know,
and it was worth it.
Pay for. I mean, Mon, you have talked about this on this show. You have to have a quality backup, and sometimes you have to pay for that. Right?
I agree. But I'm just telling you, I'm being a cynic. I don't think they will. I want to be wrong, though. I want that clear.
All right, this is my question. Are you going to be more sad about Jake Browning leaving or his girlfriend, Mom?
Okay.
Moving on.
Let's see real quick.
The average backup quarterback in the NFL makes $5 to $8 million a year. Joe Flacco won't command that. This is his ride off into the sunset, mentor the young guy, get me
Eric
another
with the
ring.
numbers tonight, Mon.
Listen, there's a lot of teams out there that don't have a quarterback situation. They don't know what's going to happen. He could come in and play a lot of snaps for other teams. He's going to be the backup to Joe.
But what they're going to look at, they're not going to look at his body of work with the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to say that's Zach Taylor's offense, that's Jamar Chase, that's T. Higgins. They're going to look at his body of work from Cleveland, from Baltimore, from the Colts, from the New York Jets. And that's why if he wants to play, he's going to play in Cincinnati.
Chase Brown.
Yes.
Oh,
Samaje P. Ryan. He's under contract. Yes.
yes.
He better
I'm
be.
sticking with Taj Brooks as a yes.
Ooh. See, I
don't know.
I don't know, Mon. I don't know about Taj Brooks.
He's been active every week.
I know,
But he hasn't played. Even when Samaje's been hurt, he hasn't jumped in to fill that role. We've seen Chase Brown take more snaps rather than Taj Brooks to come in. To me, I don't think that this offensive staff is sold on Taj Brooks, and I could see us going and getting a running back in free agency or drafting another one.
Okay, if I'll put him down as not on the team. I just want you guys are both wrong. He's a guarantee. He's pretty much a lock next year. I really think so.
I mean,
it's fine. It's all good.
But you can't look at.
It's going to be interesting, though, right? Some of these things that we're talking about now are going to be very interesting to see how they truly pan out. Because if the Bengals draft a running back in day 2, Mon, you're going to be shitting your pants. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see.
That's true.
He'll be a practice
what the Bengals do.
If he was, Iman, this just wants you to get your opinion. If he was that high in their eyes, why has he not gotten the snaps when Samaje's been hurt? He has not gotten snaps other than
when
Samaje
was hurt. He had an ankle issue himself. You know, he's been nicked up. He's playing special teams a lot because of Charlie Jones's injury. I think he's highly respected. It's his rookie year. I see him making the roster. You're right, though. If they draft a running back, somebody that slips, that has really elite athleticism, 3rd, 4th round, he might be a practice squatter. But right now, unofficially, this is early. We still have a game to play. We're playing this nice little silly game.
Still have a game to talk about.
16 roster spots for the
Yes.
Bengals going in the next year. Some of these are going to be filled by practice squatters. Like I said a few minutes ago, that's the way it's supposed to be. You guys talk about it. I'll be right back.
And yes, BOKC, we already said we want to keep P. Ryan. We're keeping P. Ryan. Eric and I are not sure about Taj Brooks. And I do think, I know we're jumping it a little bit with this conversation, Eric, but I do think this is going to be a very crazy offseason. I really do. I think there's going to be more turnover than what people realize. I think that this organization knows now they've pissed off Joe Burrow. They've pissed off Jamar Chase. They have pissed off the fans. They have pissed off everybody by the way they've handled these last 3 years. I would be absolutely shocked if the Bengals don't make a huge splash in free agency. I think it'll be right away, and I think a lot of it's going to be from the defensive side of the ball. I think it's going to be very interesting offseason. And then you have these other little stories, right? Like the Joe Flacco and some of these other stories that are going to be interesting to see what the Bengals do with these players. I think Joseph Asai is going to be an interesting one. I don't think they're going to keep him, but I think that's an interesting story that's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think we got Osai back because he didn't play well enough to go earn a big contract. He does have David Mulligetta as an agent. I think he played well enough this season to get a decent contract out there. So I don't think that he's going to come back just because of the agent that he has. We look at this and we say it's a major defensive overhaul, and we assume the Bengals are seeing that as well. We're seeing these little things as, yes, you need a major defensive overhaul, but there's still little things that you can just refine on the offensive side. You shouldn't just say that the offense is good. We don't need to touch it because it's been so good. It's one of those things. If you're not getting better, you're falling behind. So you do need to go and you need to solidify these things. You need to solidify the backup QB position, whether it's Joe Flacco or it's a young guy out there that can sling the ball, that processes as fast as Joe Burrow. You need to solidify the backup running back spot. Samaje's played great, but he's been injured. You need that third guy that can step in there, that can pick up blitzes. This is what winning teams do. They fix their major problems and then they fix their minor problems. You can't avoid the minor problems because that slow leaking tire is still going to give you a flat at some point. So go fix it and then go fix the blowout that you had on defense. Guys, we're 50 minutes in here. We need to talk about
Talk about the game. Let's do it. Let's get to it.
We're here. We're here.
Thank you.
Browns have a good defense. Browns have a good defense.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. As always, guys, please, if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. If you haven't already, we appreciate you guys so much. We love you. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Let's talk about the Bengals versus the Cleveland Shits.
We started the season against the Browns. We finish it against the Browns. The major storyline here is Myles Garrett is 1 sack away from the record. We saw the Steelers do everything in their power to keep him away from Aaron Rodgers. Joe Burrow's comment this week was it's the best defensive player on the planet, and I've been sacked by him a lot. So let's start with that first matchup. Myles Garrett versus Joe Burrow. Is there a way the Bengals keep him from getting a sack? And if so, does that lead to the other players getting 5 sacks? Mom?
No, Myles Garrett's going to get his sack. He's definitely going to get it. I'm worried about this game. I'm worried about it because the Browns have a nasty defense, and they're coming off a high beating the Steelers, and I think they want to play hard, and they're gonna give the Bengals one hell of a shot. I just don't want anybody hurt, but I think Myles Garrett's definitely going to get his sack, if not 2 or 3.
I'm going to disagree with Mon. I think the Bengals offensive line has played really well. I think if he does get a sack, I do not think it'll be because of the offensive line play. I think it'll be maybe a Joe Burrow scramble or something like that. Is it crazy to say that he's not going to get 1 sack? Yes. I mean, he is the best defensive player in the world. But I don't think it'll be a sack caused by the offensive line. I think it'll be something where Joe Burrow kind of scrambles and gets sacked that way. I don't think it's going to be the way the offensive line has played, guys. Joe Burrow has been very clean in the pocket. And, the sacks that we've seen from Joe, we saw one, obviously, the untouched one, but the rest of them have been kind of a scrambled sack type of thing. So I think Myles will probably get one, but it's not going to be because of the offensive line.
Yeah, we saw the Steelers went and really put every single person to stop Myles Garrett, and it was a detriment to their offensive strategy. I don't think the Bengals do that. I think Joe Burrow respects Myles Garrett more than that. They're not going to put triple team him just because they don't want him to get a sack. I think they're going to go out there. They're going to line up. They're going to play their normal strategy. And if he gets his, he gets his. And like you said, it's more likely going to come off of a Joe Burrow improvising or just something, a blown protection scheme or something. I do think that there's a possibility that Myles Garrett doesn't get it, but the other Browns do. They get 3 or 4 sacks just because maybe we're a little bit more hyper-focused on him. I do love how this offensive line has been playing. I could see a world where the Browns only get 1 sack and it's not Myles Garrett. And I'm here for it. And that leads to a Bengals victory. Maybe not the draft position that we want, but we'll see.
Listen, guys, this Browns defense is banged up. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the injury report, but this Browns defense is banged up. Its offense is banged up. This game has it shouldn't even be close. This should be a runaway for the Bengals in Cincinnati. The way they played the last 2 weeks, I think the Browns are missing Fanning. They're missing Njoku. I don't have it in front of me, but they are banged up on offense and they are banged up on defense. I think the Bengals, the matchups this week, we're at the last week of the year. Yes, the Browns are playing for something. It's the Battle of Ohio, but I think the matchups favor Cincinnati this week, and I think I really don't think this game's going to be close. I think it's going to be another blowout like we've seen the last 2 weeks.
So let me give you some of the injuries, and then we'll go to Mon for his thoughts. Harold Fannin Jr. out. Njoku out. That's huge because the Bengals can't stop any tight ends.
Yeah.
Winston Reed, linebacker, out. Carson Schlesinger out.
Yes.
Myles Garrett is limited practice. Mason Grahams was limited practice. They are banged up. Absolutely.
That makes me feel better. I didn't realize that. That makes me feel a lot better.
They're real beat up. I saw the injury report today, and I was like, "Good Lord of mercy!" I mean, they're missing. There's Judkins is out. I mean, they're missing their entire offensive weaponry is out. This is going to be one of those games, Mon, where the defense is going to play well again, and the Bengals are going to be like, see, everybody was crying about the defense.
I don't think they're not going to do a repeat of 2024. I think they know 34 game sample size of horrible defense. They're going to do something about it.
I agree.
But I will say this. This is going to be hopefully the shortest NFL game in history, over by 3:15. I hope each team run the ball 30, 40 times. Just keep the clock running. Let's get off the field. We don't want any injuries. I do think the Bengals are going to win this game. I think it's going to be 21-14. It's going to be one of these really boring blah games, but the Bengals finish the season on a 3-game win streak. I'll say 21-10 Cincinnati.
If we know nothing about the Bengals, it's that they send their fans home happy. They're going to go out on a 3-game win streak. This is going to be a repeat of last week, in my opinion. Bengals are going to put up a lot of points, and we're going to see – Jake and I are going to see a Joe Flacco reunion game where this sparks reignites his passion to come back next season. Mon's going to see Joe Flacco out there in the third quarter in a farewell game. Jake, what are your predictions on this game?
Yeah, I think this is going to be another runaway. I think we're going to see another prolific game from this Bengals offense. I think the defense is going to play well. Maybe not so much because, I do think they're improving, but I think this Browns team is just so beat to hell. The Steelers beat them up. The Browns got the win, but they paid for it, so to speak. So I'm going to say Bengals win this game. I'll go 38-10. I think the Bengals win 38-10. I just don't see this game being close. I want to make sure I'm very clear about this. I respect the Browns defense. I respect Myles Garrett. But I also, this Bengals offense is on all cylinders right now. And, if you're going to match me up against, if you're going to tell me the matchup's going to be our offense versus any defense, I'm going to take our offense any day of the week. And if it's the other way around, maybe not so much. But let me ask you guys this, because I see some people in our chat saying, we need to lose this game. And I don't think people realize, guys, that losing this game, it really doesn't change our draft space. This is – guys, right now we are
10th.
We're 10th. The worst we could be is 13th. We can't be any worse than 13th. We're at 10 now. Again, you're talking about 2 or 3 draft spots here from a win and a loss. To me, again, I think I made this very clear. I'm never going to root for the Bengals to lose, although I did one time in 2019. I will never do that again, but it was worth it. But guys, it doesn't change our draft space very much. It really doesn't. Losing this game, winning this game, it doesn't hurt or help us. Yeah. We already know Zach Taylor's coming back. We already know all that shit that we wanted to happen is not going to happen. So we might as well go on a 3-game win streak here, get Joe Burrow, make Joe Burrow happy, make Jamar Chase happy, make T happy. Let's go into the offseason with some momentum.
So just to throw that out there, we currently sit at 6-10, tied with the Saints and the Chiefs. The 11th position, Miami is 7-9, Atlanta is 7-9, Tampa Bay is 7-9. New Orleans plays the Falcons this weekend. Good chance that they win that game. Hard to say for sure. The Falcons have been pretty plucky here, but there's no way the Chiefs are winning this weekend. They are in full tank mode. No Patrick Mahomes. They are tanking. At most, we gain one position. We move up to pick 9 if New Orleans wins and Kansas City loses.
Yeah.
Miami plays the Patriots. They played, it's Miami Patriots. Miami often gives them a hard time. Patriots don't have much to play for. There's a chance Miami could win, but even if they lose and we win, I'm not sure where the tiebreakers stand there. Head to head, obviously,
we beat them, so they would.
Does it go strictly to head to head, or does it
I
go
don't think it
somewhere
goes
else
head to
first?
head. I think it goes by strength of schedule, I think is what I read. It goes by strength of schedule. So, I mean, listen, all I know is this. When the season ends, as long as we are in position to take Caleb Downs, I am down. I am down for Caleb Downs. I'm starting now.
Realistically,
we have a super chat.
Yeah, we do. We'll get to that at the end. I appreciate the super chat, but it's a good one for the end. But just opinion-wise, I want to go to Mon for this. We're picking anywhere from 9 to 13. Is Caleb Downs realistically an option for us? I feel like he's out there, and that's the only way we can get him is by trading up.
Listen, we're just scratching the surface of the draft process. The combine, interviews, on the workouts they do on campus, the pro days that they have at Miami, the pro days they're going to have at Ohio State. That's going to tell a lot. And we're not going to tell. I mean, reports could come out on a player X, and next thing you know, he's a top 10 player. He's he's in the 20s and 30s. I don't know. Right now, at this time, Downs is a top 8 player. So is Baines and all those guys. So right now, 9, 13 we probably not going to get him.
But Mon, you know how this crazy thing works, right? Quarterbacks start going. Well, I think that's the thing that saves us is that we don't need an offensive guy. And that's when people start trading up and doing all these crazy things. And I love the comment here. The front office, they do. They need to, if that's the case, they need to make a move. Make a move. Show us that you're all in. If you need to trade up, trade up. Go get one of those elite draft picks. Go get one of those guys. We need them.
So my question, and for your opinion, is he's a safety. Safety is number 1 on our board. We could have solved it this year. Xavier Watts was there for us. We didn't solve it. Is safety high enough on the rest of the NFL's board to have him go before us? Because it's not often a top 5 pick. What's the last safety that went top 8?
It's not a premium position, but he's that good. And
he's good though.
Expects him to be a top 10 player. Definitely, it's magnified for the Bengals because it's such a big need for us. It's a huge need.
Yeah,
and that's why But man,
and you never know. And listen, you never know with free agency too. I mean, I know we're going to get into all that here coming up, but I don't even know who the top safeties that are hitting free agency. I know the Rams just extended one of them that was going to be one of the top guys. I think it was Lake was his last name. So
yeah,
but
listen,
we'll see.
If you just look at Bengal history, Leon Hall at this time during his senior year at Michigan was a top 7 pick. Leon Hall dropped tremendously and came to the Bengals, I think, in the 20s.
It was like 19, right? 18 or 19.
Yeah, something right. So he dropped. Miles Murphy at this time during his draft process, he was a top 10 pick. Where did we get him? I mean, these guys we're talking about now, after the interviews, after their combine, after their Wonderlic, all the stuff that they do.
Yeah,
they can move up.
That's a good point.
They can move back. So we really don't know. If I had to make a educated guess now, I don't think he's going to be there for the Bengals. Do I want him to be there from what I know about him now? Absolutely, I do.
Listen, I know Eric.
To be determined.
I know we got a super chat. I know we need to get out of here. Before we do, though, real quick, I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Ratbirds or Schittsburg? Who are you hoping wins that football game? Are you wanting to see the Ratbirds? You know what my son said? This is when you know that you're doing a great job as a father. So somebody asked me this.
Hold on, clip this 104 into the show. Father advice from Coach Owens.
Listen, just hear me out. This is when you know you're doing a great job raising your kid. Ryder says to me, my son, he just turned 9. He says to me, he goes, somebody asked me, I think it was my father-in-law asked me, who do you want to win? Do you want the Ravens to win or the Steelers to win? He knows I hate both of them. And I was like, man, I don't know. So Ryder leans over, whispers in my ear. He goes, Dad, pick the shittiest one so they lose in the first round. And I was like, dude, that was one of those moments as a dad when you're just like, I couldn't be more proud of you. It was like, son, whatever you want, we'll go to the store, whatever you want. I was just so proud in that moment because he's right. Whoever wins it, I hope they get destroyed in the first round. So who do you guys think? Schittsburg or Ratbirds? Mon?
Well, I'm a fence rider on this. I can't stand the Ravens. I think they're the one organization I dislike the most out of any sports team in any league. I really can't stand them. I can't stand them. So the easy answer should be let's go Pittsburgh. But there's a big but.
I know.
Pittsburgh traded away for Metcalf. They traded away so many assets to get players. They traded for Kyle Duggar. They got Aaron Rodgers. Mike Tomlin never had a losing record. Mike Tomlin this, Mike Tomlin that. I have a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. A lot of respect. He's won a Super Bowl, but he won a Super Bowl with cowards guys.
Yeah.
They went all in. I would love to see it just fall apart for them and not even make the playoffs. I really would. So Bengal fans, please don't bash me on this one. I'm taking the Ravens. The Ravens, even though it's the team I dislike the most on planet Earth.
The problem,
Baltimore.
You know what I like about the Ravens situation right now? It's unraveling, become a circus with Lamar and all that. Can you imagine if they lose this football game and now we're going into an off season where the Bengals are no longer the team in flux in that division. Everybody knows Cleveland sucks. They're always going to suck. But Baltimore going into next year is going to be frowned upon. And it's so hard to give that up, Mon. I know where you're coming from.
Listen, Jake, you know what? I just got to let me justify it this way. Let me try to flip you guys here. I know I respect your takes.
You're not flipping us.
TJ Watt is the biggest pain in the ass, dirty ass football player trying to hurt people.
He's a punk.
That organization, we can say what we want about the Ravens. The Ravens are jerks, okay? But the Steelers play dirty football, cheap shot people, and everybody gives them a fucking free pass in the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tone setters. That's tough football. Anybody else does it, they're dirty. They should get suspended. Yeah. I can't stand that. And you know what? It's coming. You know, the Steelers and TJ Watt, and all these jackasses. I want them to lose because you know what? I don't want them to experience the playoffs.
Here we are. We're cutting out hour and 7 minutes to the end of the show because it's all curse words left and right. Hold on. This is why you have to want the Steelers to win. The Ravens fans are insufferable. Steelers fans don't come to our chant. The Ravens fans do. If the Ravens win the AFC North for the 3rd straight year, you will never hear the end of it. We won the AFC North 3 straight years when you had Joe Burrow. Get the hell out of here. They can't have that. Let the Steelers win. The Steelers are going to get bounced by the Houston Texans. The only thing that would be better is the Steelers win. They pull some dirty ass shit, and the NFL says, you know what? That was really dirty. You're not allowed in the playoffs. We're giving the Texans a bye week because you're not going to win anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm scared of Eric. Eric, you're right. You're yelling. I'm scared. We win.
You can't let the Ravens win it 3 times in a row.
Go Steelers. Go Steelers.
I'm gonna go with my son Ryder. I think he said it the most eloquently. Whoever is the shittiest, that's who we want to win. So they get absolutely hammered in the first round. So I'm going to go with Ryder. Whoever's the shittiest, I don't know who that is because I think they both suck. But it is going to be fun to watch. I think it's going to be a shitty game too. You know what I mean? It's going to be like 13-10.
Here's the thing. Kids go back to school on Monday. We won't even be watching that game. Everybody goes back to work. Kids go back to school. We're going to have to find out. I'm going to have to find out in the middle of the night what happened from Jake Owens saying, I can't believe we lost to this shitty team. And I don't know who you're talking about because we lost once to both of them.
I will. You absolutely
will. I think you've got that auto. You just press a button and it sends that text. We got a couple super chats we're going to get to before we get out of here. We thank everybody for being here with us. Hippie Prophet says, just wanted to say appreciate what you guys do and the voices you bring. Hooday and Happy New Year. Looking
Happy New
forward to what 2026 brings to our Bengals. Thank you so much for Hippie.
Thank
You know,
Hippie.
we've said it a lot. We would be having these conversations whether we're on camera or not, but it does make it easier when you guys are here, when we're going through this together and we get to hear your opinion. So appreciate that, Hippie.
Thank you. That was so kind, man. I appreciate it.
And another one here from Habat
That's
Allah.
my guy. That's
Great
my
show,
guy.
fellas. Hooday, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We do really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, buddy.
so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys so much. Thank you guys so much again. I know this year is not what we wanted it to be, but the three of us, we feel very fortunate to be able to come on here every single week and talk Bengals football with you guys. So thank you guys so much.
We spent 45 minutes talking about the roster. That was actually good. That was a spur of the moment. I enjoyed that.
I like
one. Let's we've been down on this team all year long. There's one comment here I got to get to because it's definitely all of us. I can't find it.
I don't know. I liked Mon's games.
Eric and the Colts sounds good.
Normally when Mon says, guys, let's play a game, it's a little scary. I'm not going to lie, guys. I've known Mon for a long time.
It's kind of like, have you seen the Saw movies? Like, let's play a game.
His games
Am I going to have to cut my
scary?
Yeah, you make it sound like I got a creepy white van with ice cream. Come on, kid, let's play a game. Come on, man. I'm not a creature.
Oh, that's AI is going to make that happen. The comment's not here anymore, but the comment was Bengals Super Bowl 2027. That's exactly what the Bengals Pulse are saying. That's who we are. The season's over. We're going to have one meaningless game. Hopefully we see a lot of fireworks, but the Bengals Pulse, we're going to believe that they're going to make every single move we tell them to make. It's going to be the perfect move. Bengals win Super Bowl, the first of many Super Bowls in 2027.
Listen, the last 3 years, I picked this team to be double-digit winners. Sneak peek for next August. I'm going to pick the Bengals to win 3 games. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Reverse psychology. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm going to do with the draft, Mon. I was about to say that because last year, I'm going to give myself some credit here. Last year, I had the Bengals taking Jihad Campbell. I had them taking Xavier Watts. So you know what I'm going to do this year? When we do our draft thing every week, I am going to draft the shittiest players. I'm going to draft the Shamar Stewarts. So it happens.
There goes the credibility. Jake drafts 8 punters.
I'm going to reverse psychology on the Bengals since they don't listen to me. I'm going to use reverse psychology, and I'm drafting 7 Shamar Stewarts just so the Bengals draft Xavier Watts and the Jihad Campbells of the world.
1 hour and 12 minutes. Ace and Zim's going to block us.
Let's get out of here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. As always, man, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Happy New Year to all of you. As always, if you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you check us out on all the awesome podcast platforms, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. As always, guys, if you like this podcast, give us that 5-star review. We very much appreciate that. Follow Mon on Twitter at the FireMon. Follow me on Twitter at Coach Jake Owens 9. Follow Eric on Twitter at eFlash2Hs88. Follow the Winstonati Podcast Network on Twitter at WinstonityPod. And please, please, please follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter at the Bengals Pulse. The same on Instagram and TikTok without the the Bengals Pulse. As always, guys, check out all the awesome podcasts right here on the Winstonati Podcast Network. As always, guys, you can expect the Bengals Pulse to be here Sunday right after the game. We will be here to talk Bengals Browns with you guys. So make sure you tune in on Sunday right after the game. He is Mon, Eric. I am Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse. Hooday, Bengal fans.
Take care, everybody.